Hey guys, you're watching Let's Talk About Prepping. I'm Tyler, your host, and in this video we're going to do some follow-up to the knot tying video that I did last night, because I think it's important to keep it fresh in your mind and go over it a couple times, and also to expose those of you who didn't watch the video last night to this method of joining two straps. Then we're going to go on and look at the full body harness that I mentioned. So, important to mention, I'm not an expert, not even qualified in anything. I've just taken a couple classes and done my own research. What we're doing here is exposing you to a technique so you can go do your own research till you feel comfortable with it and maybe go take some training yourself. I want to take some search and rescue training. I think it's one of the most valuable skill sets that a prepper and survivalist can have, and I think that disaster response and search and rescue is one of the better traits of humanity. Anyways, what we're doing today is just joining these straps together. If you want the actual instructional video, I did that yesterday. I'll link down below, but we're going to save time and just join these together real quick. Now I am going to mention I've been practicing with this, so I know how much slack I need to eat up to make the proper length loop for my full body harness. This is something you need to practice. If you don't have the money to buy fall protection gear or climbing gear, which a lot of us don't, and you think that you might end up needing to do a few things where you want a second line of safety on yourself, you need to practice with this so that you're not spending an hour or 2 hours just getting your harness together if you might be trying to save somebody in a river or who's near the edge of a cliff or something like that. Now, once again, I'm not advocating that you use this in life and death situations. You got to take that on your own recognizance, but just again, exposing you to a technique that you might want to research for yourself and become proficient in. All right, so I have my continuous loop of webbing. I get my heavier knot. I put it in the small of my back. And I gather my loops up in front of me, my loops in the back, about there. Reach between the legs, pull these loops through that strap, and bring the leg loops up flush. Twist each arm loop. Carabiner in the back to keep them together. Carabiner in the front. Twist to fit. Clamp back to itself. Now on this one, it's suggested to clamp to this bit of rope here and hold the line here. This is for yourself or another conscious individual. They're holding the line. An unconscious individual will go horizontal or maybe even invert, and that's just not acceptable. They could choke on their own vomit, a lot of bad things. All right. This one will hold a person vertically. Going to take your heavy knot, set it on the ground. Take the opposite part of your loop, and set it on the ground, creating a figure eight by twisting one side as you set the knot down on the other knot. Stepping through, you lift the X up to the hips. Taking each loop, you twist it, put the arm through. Twist it, put the arm through. tie knots in the back. Carabiner is attached either high in the loops or low next to the person. And this will keep a person in a vertical position if they do end up hanging by the rope. So that's just a couple of full body harnesses. There's a really good video that I've been using to practice this with, and I'm going to link it in the description down below. Now, I don't mind redoing a video like that because it was really geared towards firefighters. It's just a guy in a firefighter practice house, and I don't know if I could get you guys to just go watch his video. So here I am doing it for you. I hope that it's been interesting. Yet again, go do your own research, practice for yourself. Don't take my word for it. All right, so I hope that's been interesting. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you're all doing well out there. Everybody stay safe. Just kidding, guys. We have a bonus round because as I turned the camera off, I realized I didn't tell you how you could do this to a mannequin. I wouldn't tell you to do this to an unconscious person because that might be a liability. Anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and treat myself like a mannequin and show you how you can do this to an inert human form. All right, so basically the same way as you're doing it for yourself with the second technique, you're going to create a figure X or a figure 8 by getting even parts of your loop, twisting one side. Gives me a nice figure 8. Now instead of doing it on the ground and stepping into it, you're doing that across the thighs of the victim. So now you have two loops, a loop on either side, crossing in the center. Take one loop, lift a leg, put the loop through it. Other loop, put the leg through it. Take the loop, twist it, put the arm through it. Take the loop, twist it, put the arm through it. In the video that I linked to, he gets behind the victim, he gets a knee ready in their back, and he lifts them by the shoulders and pushes the knee up into the small of the back, holding the victim up. Again, depending on why the victim's unconscious, you might not want to do that. It might be safer to roll them onto their side. This will be easiest to do with a couple of people or even a third, and not just yourself as the unconscious victim. Either which way, you've got your victim up on his, sitting up on your knee. You're going to tie those knots that we did to ourselves in the second technique and carabiner up and hook up from there. Probably close to the victim so that we don't have to worry about wobbling, and it just sort of keeps them in that position. I hope your mannequins stay safe and don't end up as victims, guys. Everyone stay safe.